Sure, they won by like 34 points, but it wasn't by 50 points. Like, what's the point of even playing football if you don't win by 50 points? It's just 34 points. So
Miami put up 50.
that's what I'm saying. They didn't win
Yeah,
by
but they
50
also
like
allowed
Miami.
13.
Yeah. To the Broncos, who fucking blow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Can we? It's the In the Hunt cast. I'm Greg Balk. Rick Matthews is filling in for Sean Murphy. We have
Yeah, he
no
is.
idea. We just discussed this before we started recording. We have absolutely no idea why Sean is not on today. Kyle Turner might have some theories on that, but we'll get to that. The Bills beat the Commanders by a shitload of points. I want to start with like Sam Howell at the end of the game, you calling timeouts so the Bills can get 9 sacks. Like you could have just left it alone. You could have got on the bus, but they wanted to see Sam Howell get sacked 9 times instead of just 7 times. What a beating. That was
What did he do in practice where that offensive line was
right.
so mad at him? Like, I feel like he sang the N-word in a song and didn't know he wasn't allowed to.
He thought, well, I'm singing with the song. That's
Yeah,
fine,
guys,
right?
I thought it was okay. They're like, all right.
Those aren't my
Sounds like-
words. It's their words. Yeah.
This game, this Washington, I don't know if you guys, watched anything or read anything leading up to the game this week.
Oh, I did.
But they, I'm not going to go as far as to say as national media was like, oh, this might be a close game. But Washington going into this game, people were talking about them like they weren't terrible.
Yeah.
They were like,
Dude,
this
they're
Sam
very
Howell
soft
guy is
2-0.
out of nowhere, but they very much reminded me of a Bills team of the drought,
I
where
said that same shit, man. 100%.
it's 100 where they start 2-0. The whole fan base is like, dude, this is for real. And all it takes is that one game where you're like, oh God, we're just not gonna be good, are we?
In 3 years, there are going to be a lot of Howell jerseys that people bought this week on like Halloween decorations and stuff outside of houses in Virginia.
Yeah,
like,
he's
A
gonna
lot
be
of 15-foot skeletons wearing Howell jerseys.
he's gonna be a name crossed off on a quarterback list for Washington. Because people are gonna now for Washington are making that like, here's our quarterbacks and here that have gone. He's gonna just be a name on there, and that's nothing against him. He might turn out to be a Kirk Cousins level like solid quarterback, but like no, it's just not. It's just when
Not today.
when you know you can't compete with the Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, what are you even doing out there?
The jersey that it starts with, like the guy buys an old Washington jersey, and then that quarterback sucks, so he keeps masking tape over, and eventually gets to Sam Howell. Like, who'd that start with? Chris Wenke? Like, that's a good one, right? That's a good old. Who was the one that hurt himself? Gus Farrat would be on there. Oh, trying to think of like old Washington Commanders. Obviously,
there's a John Beck.
there was a John Beck.
Yeah, John Beck. He was
Washington.
a core. I think he faced the Bills.
I don't
There was
ever
one
remember
year where
that.
they had like 3 different guys. Todd
Yeah.
Collins.
Yeah, they had Robert
Yeah.
Griffin the third, who was like good. His just knee got tore up by bad turf. But yeah, Washington, you got yourself little Fitz there. I hope he's lovable. And he comes to games 3 years after he retires, and you still love him. But that's what you got there.
I have a Chubb injury conspiracy theory about turf.
Oh,
Because,
then we'll segue from Chubbs to boners with your boner of the game. But let's hear about Chubb first.
Wait, what's a Chubb conspiracy?
Well, you know how you saw his knee get exploded on what was that, Thursday night?
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about like a
Chubb
half
Rock.
boner.
No,
My
yeah.
my boner's knee. I have a knee in my boner. It's a blessing and a curse.
My boner has an ACL. It really does, and an MCL. So
Yeah, my PCL's thick.
thick as fuck.
But
thank you, Rick, for replacing Sean today and giving us
no,
this conversation.
it's what it's good for. But I think the NFL wanted Chubb's knee broken because it was on a natural field, and because they don't want to replace turf at every single stadium, so they're like, let's fuck up Chubb's knee on grass.
That's smart.
So then they can be like, look, it happened to Rodgers, it happened to Chubb. We can't explain it.
Super smart. I like it.
That is a conspiracy.
That's my theory. And DeMar Hamlin's a clone.
Oh Jesus! Don't slip that stuff in there. You can't do that.
And that's why he hasn't been active for a game, because his clone's not good at football.
Yeah, he's only been playing football for 6 months.
Bone of the game, there's a lot of them. There was the for me, if I had to choose between the Allen early scramble long pass to Diggs would be one, but I'll take the second straight sack by Floyd. Like his sack on the second straight play, which is like, oh my God, they're this game's over. They're killing them. And since there's no commentary on that, we're done. This has been the podcast.
It's been thanks for having me, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Revolver Records, thank you.
I'm gonna pick what I think is the obvious one. I mean, this one's you're gonna see forever is the Epinesa interception to touch. I mean, that was like Madden shit.
Yeah.
That was
freaking
perfect.
nature.
Just completely caught it out of
push the quarterback off of him. That's always fun.
Also, again, like this is to talk about Sam Howell again is like, why don't you just throw around that guy or attempt something? You're going to try to throw over that guy's.
Yeah, how do you not see him?
Like 6 inches taller than you, and his hands are up, and you're like, I could get Odell.
I'm just Tua had a no look pass for a touchdown today, and this guy had a look pick six. He looked dead in Epenesa's eyes and said, "Here you go, kid."
I'm just picturing Howell with the ball, and like he's running out. He's like on the move. He's looking at Epinesa. He's like, let's see, I can throw it around him this way. I can throw it around him that way. Probably can't get it through his legs. Over him? No, I'm going to throw it fucking right to him. I'm going to throw it
through his head.
Big giant hands. Yeah. Epinesa look taller now. He looks taller. It's like he's running in the end zone. I was like, who is that? Is that Rousseau? No, that was Epinesa. That was crazy.
You got a boner, Rick?
I do.
for the highlight, yes.
Mine. I have two also. I have the stop on 4th and goal.
Oh, nice.
The goal line, like the goal line stop right there. That was just like, it just felt good. It was just definitive. It was in there. That breaks the will. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You think you're going to get it. You're like, oh, it's 4th and goal. We got this. This is happening. Mm-hmm. And then to just get sacked for a loss of 2 or whatever. It's just like, God damn it. And that breaks that. I mean, the other one was the food we cooked for lunch today. That was we invented a new sandwich, you guys. I don't know if it's new for anyone else. It's new for us.
I don't think sandwiches can be new. Someone in history has had, unless a new meat has been developed.
Well, maybe.
Let's hear it.
We called it the Italian Stallion or the Stallone.
Okay.
It was
I like Stallone.
It was I like the marketing.
It was Philly cheesesteak, but also with chopped up bologna. Like fried bologna and caramelized onions in with the.
I've never heard of that before.
No, that might be new.
We bought. They sell like the Velveeta shells and cheese, like the sacks of Velveeta cheese. They sell those without noodles now. They just sell those, like in packs. So like we just added a bunch of those to that meat and onion conglomerate, and just toasted some rolls, and it was perfect.
So when I go to the fucking grocery store with my asshole wife who won't let me eat bad, we go we're always on the outskirts. Like we're in the produce section for a half an hour buying every kind of fucking carrot.
Yeah, you gotta throw something away every week.
Then we go to the gluten-free section, fresh foods. We completely go around to get paper towels. We don't even go in those middle aisles. Where are they selling like just the chunks of Velveeta shells and cheese?
Just near like the mac and cheese.
It's just there. There's just selling sacks of cheese.
It definitely doesn't have to be cold.
No,
cheese is
Velveeta is good for like 32 years, I think.
Yeah,
they're basically MREs.
That sounds amazing.
But the sandwich was perfect. It made us want to open up a restaurant. It was that good. Like it was perfect.
I think want to go to that restaurant. So
I'm not gonna lie. My initial 2 seconds after you explained it, for those 2 seconds I was like, ew. I don't know why, but right after those 2 seconds, I am so pumped to try that at our tailgate.
Let's do it at tailgate. I will absolutely do it again.
We will all die immediately.
No, I could do an entire podcast about the diarrhea I'll probably have later.
I'm not lying. While Kyle's talking, I'm watching Rick to in case he reaches for his chest. In case Rick's in trouble. I got 911 dialed on my phone. I'm just
perfect. Yeah, that's it. Just wait for the next one.
I want to talk about the most controversial thing that I've seen, and I think I disagree with 98% of Bills fans on this.
Okay.
The
Love
Ron
it.
Rivera field goal at the end.
Mhm.
I loved it because Bills fans hate it.
Yes, I hated it.
They call it a bitch move. Oh, just go for a touchdown. You're gonna lose anyways. Who cares? But that's Bills fans just projecting that they wanted the shutout. If I was Ron Rivera, I know going for a field goal would piss everyone off more than that. And in that aspect, I love that he's like, yeah, fuck them. They're going to brag about
I
shutting us out. Yeah, I would absolutely kick the field goal.
I hated it because the shutout would have been cool, but
Yes.
we let them get that close. Like, of course you're gonna go for a
Yeah.
field goal. It
But
looks better.
if you
37-3
weren't
is infinitely better than
Yeah.
37-0. Like, as far as like the record books goes.
if you weren't a Bills fan, you'd be like, that's a funny fuck you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not
Absolutely.
letting you get that. So everyone hated it. I get why they hate it. But if I was Ron Rivera, I would do the same thing. And I know I'm going to get some tweet of someone calling me a fucking pathetic loser. And I know it's going to be Chris Plumer. And that's fine.
Fine.
You do it because like your team you don't want a 0 on the board. Like you just don't want to be shut out.
I get it.
Such a big ego thing for the
We should have kept them out, but they got close enough to get it, so they're going to get it. Like,
you should have left your starters in Bills if you didn't want
calling
to go with that
timeouts
field
was
goal.
crazy though. Calling
That
timeouts
was-
to do that, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You got hit like 2 extra times because of that. Like,
Let him lay down. Let him sit this one out. I couldn't believe he even came back in the game for that drive. Just who the fuck else you on there? Do you not have a backup quarterback? This
that
dude's
builds
had a day.
character.
Yeah.
That builds character.
Well, then that guy is a fucking character central. Like he could be on USA. That's how fucking much character got built by him. Characters welcome.
It's gonna be like Monk.
He's
Risodian Isles. Is that USA? No, Risoli.
I don't have a tweet of the game today, and I looked hard from the beginning to the end of the game. I do not have a tweet of the game. Twitter was very boring for this game. I mean, there was nothing. There was nothing going on that someone could have tweeted something stupid, which is what I look for.
Sure.
I can't have a tweet of the game where someone's like, "The Bills are really good." No, I want the guy where Washington gets 1 first down and some guy goes on Twitter and he's like, I hope the team plane goes down tonight. That's the shit that I look for. And there was none of that today. So I guess small victory for the Bills Mafia there. You didn't tweet anything. I'm sure there's somebody out there. If someone saw
no, you didn't dig deep enough. I don't think.
Screenshot it. But I did.
There was a lot of Dorsey. I saw a lot of Dorsey grief. The running on 2nd and 10, he does that a lot. That I wanted to get into that and see if you had anything on that.
He does love a draw play. He ran a draw play really early. But maybe this is just something because I remember us complaining about Daboll where we're like, just like, man, this guy just runs at like the oddest times. I'm not against running the ball, but it seems like he just runs on the oddest times.
I personally want a 50-yard long bomb on every single play. Like I don't like that's
you want Ken Dorsey to play Madden like an 8th grader.
Yes. That's how 8th graders win.
And that's why growing men fly across the country, find out where those 8th graders are and kill them.
Ace post. Just ace post every other play.
I did see there was one funny tweet, but I didn't think it was good enough. But I'll bring it up was on that screenplay to Diggs, and it was like 3rd and 15, and he like lost 2 yards. Yeah. Someone did tweet out they wouldn't have even recommended that on Madden, and I was like, close. It was close, but I thought I could get better at it. Obviously, I couldn't. But I mean, yeah. What are you going to complain about Dorsey? As a guy who loves to complain about Ken Dorsey more than anybody, I guess I got to hold off another week.
So, yeah. I guess the game wasn't as big as a blowout as it could have been. Knox needed to catch a touchdown when Allen had that amazing pass into the end zone, and I felt like things just kept like stalling for no reason. But I don't know. It didn't seem like they were bad. Just
they weren't exciting.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The defense was lights out. Well, the defense was amazing. The defense, they played their asses off. The offense you can't complain about 37 points.
No.
Like it's impossible. They probably could have had 52, and I hate that Miami got more. For sure. I hate that Miami got more.
There's going to be a lot of talk about Miami, I think, in this pod because there's not much to say about this game. Terrell Bernard's probably going to be the defensive player of the week, like 2 sacks, interception, fumble recovery.
Oh, he played so good.
The whole fucking. But I don't even know. We'll have Kyle watch the all 22 and tell us. I don't even know how much of it was just him or the fact that Howell was just. I saw a stat at one point that Howell was pressured like 83% of the times he dropped back, and there was still more football to be played where he was just pressured constantly too. So I think it was even higher than that. So
I think his first interception was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after that, I'm not saying he had a bad game or anything, but this is one of those where, yes, the game was so out of hand. You know, I'm not ready to crown him or pump the brakes on him. I'm just saying, don't roll back next week if he lets Tyreek Hill go over the middle for a 97-yard gain. You know what I mean?
Which is going to happen, apparently.
Next week is going to be nuts. I'm worried about it, and I'm very just excited about it, but I'm worried and excited.
I hate that it's a home game. I know this sounds so like loser mentality of me, but I'm like, God, I wish this was on the road so I didn't have to be in the stadium if Miami wins.
Oh, I'm glad it's a home game. I was I switched over to it at some point, and they have that stat that you always see with Miami games. It's like they show the stadium from the top, and you see the Dolphins sideline is in the shade, and the Broncos. And they said it was 90 degrees in the field, but on the sidelines for the Broncos, it's like 115 degrees. It's like those fucking assholes. Like every year they get September, so go ahead and be good in September. Having that game in Miami, I would have just been so mad this entire week just thinking about how it's 115 degrees on that side. So have it in Buffalo. And
we're not there until like November or whatever. That's perfect. Like,
I think it's actually like Christmas or something. We're there. Maybe. I don't even know, but I'll look that up because we're podcasting. People deserve that.
This is just another week. I know 9 sacks this week, but this is one of those where I cannot wait until a fully healthy Von Miller, Rousseau, and Floyd are on the field at the same time. It's going to be, you're talking about, that's just going to be a boner play of the game when they walk out there together.
January 7th, the Bills go to.
Oh, wow. January 7th.
Until
that's
next
amazing.
year. We don't even go there until next year. Who knows if we'll even make it? If Miami will even be afloat in January 7th. So
yeah, they might be on like. They might be like wearing black bands on their arm for Tua because he died by week 6 because of another concussion.
Who's the fucking basketball player that had a barge, like a tournament on a barge outside of the NBA champions? Djokovic, is that his name? What the hell's the guy's name? I can't think.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
He had a football game. He had a basketball game on a barge, and the Dolphins might have to make that their home stadium. It's a global warming joke, like the oceans. As Sean will edit this part out. No one will ever hear it. It's just it never happened. Don't worry about it.
When did that happen?
Just
in a dream, Greg had.
No, there was a basketball
Greg had
game
a fever dream, and he watched. He fell asleep during Waterworld,
and my parents were there, and they loved me.
Yeah, he fell asleep during Waterworld, and somebody put the Jock Jams 2 CD on.
Yeah. Ooh,
how far out was the barge from land?
You can see the land. It wasn't that far out, but it was far enough where you needed boats to get there. Like
I think it'd be way cooler if they built it like out there. Like you can't see like
you were in the Navy. You know what those conditions are like.
In international waters, you can murder.
That's somebody. What I'm saying. That's way more exciting.
So if you were in the middle of the ocean, were there parts of like you're in the ocean and you can't see anything? Like you're in the middle of the ocean. It's kind of scary. Is it true that there's like parts of the ocean out there that are still like really shallow? So you can be like 100 million miles away from land, but like get out of the boat and just kind of stand up and like wash off a little.
Not in the middle of the ocean.
No, there's not like sandbars out there.
There's not a sandbar in the middle of the ocean.
There's not a sandbar in the middle of the Pacific.
Is it true that there's mermaids? That there's mermaids that teach you about singing?
I'd like to learn a little bit about singing, Kyle.
Could you imagine that mermaid at the basketball game? Yeah. All of them just go into the ocean.
You know, it'd be funny if there were mermaids. Like we found mermaids, and it turns out they're real, but they're just really kind of ugly. They're kind of mid. So it's like, oh wow, mermaids are a thing. Oh, they're kind of their tits are kind of fucked up.
They just
like,
all look like girls from Angola. Like Like, oh fuck, yeah, all right,
They're
I
all
guess.
smoking Marlboro
They're all
Reds. You're like,
there are mermaids, but they're wearing Taz and Bugs t-shirts with the droopy pants. Oh god, I thought they'd be hotter than this. What the fuck? Damn Angola mermaids. Oh, sorry if you're from Angola, but you
A
know.
Tammy Loves Kenny airbrush t-shirt.
R.I.P. I don't know. Something.
All right. Well, anything else about this game? I have no idea how long we've been recording because I couldn't figure out how to turn on my other.
We've been recording for 20 minutes. So if you're listening to this, you're almost to work. When you get to work, listen to the rest of it, damn it. Get in your office, get comfortable, put some headphones on and keep listening. There was something else. Gabe Davis doesn't want to try, like, for balls that are thrown deep. There was a little guff on him, like the Allen interception. He doesn't have good percentages on contested balls. He had a really nice touchdown, but that dude's just always going to be lacking for me. So not that it was a perfect pass to him on the interception, but
yeah, he seemed to go defensive real fast. I think the ball was pretty overthrown, but he did go defensive. When the guy intercepted, he was already like tackling him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being.
I did think at that play, I did think it would be nice for the Bills to have a jump ball guy, but then I remembered Allen hates those guys. So it really doesn't matter.
No.
Tall receivers never work out for us. Like just that big tall guy that's gonna like jump up and never works out.
The only guy that ever worked out was Eric Molds. And
he was tall and big though.
Yeah.
He was just
but he had the
big.
king. He had King JP throwing to him, and that's
and King Flutie.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
The game was relatively fucking boring in a good way. In a completely good way. I don't want anyone to jump on my fucking throat that I said the game was boring. It was boring in a good way. I spent the whole second half on Twitter trying to fucking find a tweet.
It was a nice, relaxing game. I needed that. I wanted a nice, relaxing game.
I wasn't tense at any point during the game. It was from the very beginning. I was like, "This is great. I'm like, this is fun. I'm in a good mood."
I'm eating bologna mixed with cheesesteaks
with some.
Could
Wegmans,
you clearly taste the bologna?
Yes, everything was
that's what I've been thinking this whole time was. Did the steak and cheese hide the bologna, or did it all level out?
Everyone was hanging out and having a good time. Like everything was having fun.
You know how when you were like 16, you try and sneak beer past your parents? I can see me trying to sneak the ingredients for this past my wife. And then like, I don't know, like maybe if she's like out in the garden digging holes or something, I'm going to like try and make Philly cheesesteak with bologna's mixed up without her.
Do you want me to secretly pass you one like in the parking lot? Like I'll have
I put the money on the
coat and the fedora and I'll walk by.
I put the money on the passenger seat. You just reach in, take it, and throw down. I drive up to the next guy. He throws it on my passenger seat. That's how we'll do this. Sweet.
Yeah, it'll be like Buffalo The Wire.
Style. Yeah, that's right. Can I be Bubs?
Yep.
Bubs. That's me. I'm the pathetic one.
Greg,
it was a good.
Go. You want to go.
Oh no, I was gonna say that it was a good day all around. Like other than the Dolphins beating the shit out of the Denver Broncos, it was a really good day. The Ravens lost in a fucking just ridiculous, stupid game. Jacksonville lost. The Chargers won, but I don't even know if it really matters because they suck too. But overall,
did Patriots beat the Jets, or did the Jets?
Patriots beat the Jets. That was the other one. So the Bills are alone in second place in the division. They're playing for first place next week. If you're into that, it's first quarter of the season, so that matters. So
if you're into that sort of thing,
that makes me more mad that we lost to the Jets.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like this season would be
insane thing.
The season would be completely different if they beat the Jets and the Jets.
Oh my God, the Colts beat the Ravens though. That's huge.
It was fucking unbelievable. That's why I was late dialing in for the pod because I was watching that overtime. The Ravens just kept blowing it. So
Lamar Jackson did dumb things today. I just saw some highlights, but it's just he did some dumb things.
All right. Do you want to hear about Revolver Records, Rick?
Sure, I'd love to.
They're our sponsor, and we love them, and we appreciate them. They have 4 locations: Hurdle Ave, Elmwood Ave, Transit Road in Williamsville, and Main Street in East Aurora. New and quality vintage vinyl. Go there if you like records. Go there if you like music. Go there and hang out, and because record stores are a lost art, and Revolver Records brought it back. Cool vibe, cool stuff, cool store. Go to revolverrecordsinc.com and use the coupon code in the hunt 10 and you get 10% off at checkout on the web store. So that's Revolver Records, and I love them.
I love them too.
Good. I loved them before you. I loved them before you were cool.
I loved them when I would go to Phil's garage and buy records from his garage.
That's right. They used to be.
So,
they're like Apple. They started out in a garage, so hopefully they'll have the same success.
Super old school.
Can I do, before we start talking about the Dolphins?
Well, I have trivia too.
Okay, before we do that, I just want to say this. This is like while we're recording, the Chiefs are playing the Bears on TV. And like, if you weren't fucking sick of the Chiefs now, do you know what's happening in this game?
No.
Taylor Swift is in the box with Kelsey's mom. So Taylor Swift is with, and like every time Kelsey catches the ball, the Chiefs do something, the camera's like right on fucking Taylor Swift jumping around and being happy. So
is that real?
Yes, the most popular.
Are they really dating?
Are
they really dating, or are they just having fun with the like weird rumor right now?
No, I think they're dating. Well, I think they're in the beginning, the fun stages.
Yeah.
Before she writes a song about how football players are dumb.
I don't know why you date her, because it never ends up good for you. Date Taylor Swift, but
has that ever stopped any guy in the history of time to not date a girl that's going to go bad?
I can change.
Could you? If Taylor Swift asked Greg out, Greg would be like, "No, thanks. I don't want a song written about me."
Yeah. Oh, you want to go out, Taylor? Ever listen to one of your songs? Ew, no. It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Did you just do a 25-year-old?
You just did a Randy Jackson impression.
But she does music, so this would be perfect. Taylor said, Greg, you want to listen to me in the hunt? I love that podcast. Do you want to go out? It's gonna be a no for me, dog. 3 no's. Because freaking
you're like, one question, can I have a Philly cheesesteak bologna sandwich? And she's like, ew. You're like, get out of here, bitch.
Bring me a Philly cheesesteak bologna sandwich. No, then it's a no for me, dog.
No, sorry.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Let's do trivia.
All right, let's do trivia. I threw this together in roughly 2 minutes. So, as you know, the Bills played Washington today, so I have a lot of Washington questions.
Oh, goodness. I hope they're all Washington State and not the District of Columbia. This,
God, I wish I thought of that. Okay, this first one, we're going to start with
Run
Rick.
started.
Yeah, that's right. Mudhoney is known for the song. Yeah.
Oh, they're in Rochester in like a couple weeks. Yeah. No, we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Who the fuck is Mudhoney?
Oh, stop.
Get the fuck out. You fucking millennial.
All right.
Listen to your fucking synth beats.
We're gonna start with Rick because he's the guest, and Greg is shitting all over me here. So this one's gonna be closest, and include inches into this.
I always do.
Not many of them, but they're there, man.
See.
How tall is the Washington Monument? Closest gets it.
1,350 feet.
I like that guess. The thing about it is I know there's nothing in Washington, D.C. that's allowed to be taller than it. And then you go there and look at it, it's like, that doesn't look that tall. These buildings all look taller than it, but I am going to say it is 2,500 feet.
2,500 feet?
He said 1,500, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't even know what Rick said because you're both wildly far off, but Rick is close. It's 555 feet and 5 1/8.
That's not that big. That's only like 5 stories.
Why did you think it would come down to inches? 2 fucking idiots answering. How the fucking funny would have been if we tied on either side of the actual answer. We had to do fucking like calculus to figure out it was right. Fucking inches.
Include inches, you guys. It's good.
2,500 feet.
That's only 25 stories. That's only 25 stories.
I know, but when you think that it's 2,000 feet off, it's pretty crazy. And funny. Greg has seen it. Greg just said he saw it.
Below. Well, no, I stood below it, but
he didn't measure.
To be fair, I was only like in 6th grade, so I was pretty short. Okay. So it looked a lot fucking taller.
It is still the tallest building in Washington, and it would be the tallest building in Buffalo
Really?
by
Is this the next question? You can make this the next
16
question.
feet.
Oh, okay.
30, no, 26 feet. Sorry, 26 feet.
Let's go, Buffalo. Let's build a taller building.
Oh no,
Um,
2,000 and some feet. That would be 204 story, like
Yeah,
2,500. Like,
it'd be pretty
Yeah,
big.
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Yeah.
that's a really tall building.
Yeah.
Even mine is a 137 floor building.
Yours is pretty
Both
fucking big.
of Greg's was
We're both
twice
bigger than the
as
World
tall
Trade
as the
Center.
World
Hey
Trade
man,
Center.
I've taken engineering. I know fucking that we could make that work.
Greg's building is impossibly tall. Greg's building is in space.
You can see it from space. And like as the Earth rotates, it actually like
Oh my
carves a
God.
piece out of Mars because it's fucking sticking out so far. It's like
2,500. That's so ridiculous.
we don't have to fucking go to space.
I said 500. I'm like, that's kind of teeny.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. We're gonna start with Greg. Rick somehow gets those points.
Yes.
How tall was George Washington, the president? I don't know if you know a current George Washington, the first president of the United States of America. How tall was George Washington in centimeters?
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
fuck, that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I had to throw in centimeters because I think it's I think most people know his height.
You don't have to explain it. I understand what
Yes.
you're doing. He's somewhere in
Yes.
between 5 feet and 7 feet. Like it's like close enough. So I don't know what that
2,500
is in
maybe.
centimeters. It's good. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna work too hard on this because I don't think that's fair to the
I
listener.
can't wait for this
So I'm gonna try it.
answer.
So in centimeters, he is, let's see. It would be 60. So I'm gonna go more than that because it's centimeters. I'm gonna say 98 centimeters.
Okay, 98.
And that's me not really trying that hard. For the good of the podcast, I was not going to try that hard at that. 98 centimeters. I have no fucking idea if that's right. Can you see him from space? If he's 98 centimeters, I have no idea. I hope that 98 centimeters.
240 centimeters.
Yeah, now I'm thinking 98 centimeters, but it might be like 2'4" or something. I have no idea. I thought I had a ruler here somewhere. I do. How many centimeters on a, oh God. So 3 feet tall. 3'5" though.
I couldn't wait to tell you.
This is 30 centimeters. This would be 1/3 of George Washington. People were shorter back then, and he was always on a horse, so he looked a lot fucking taller than he had.
Greg has no concept. He's 3 feet
This is
tall.
how Kyle feels every day. Just
Mine's not much better.
no.
Oh
What did you
my
say?
God.
What was the answer? What's the answer?
Rick wins again. The
I know,
correct
but
answer is 188 centimeters. He was
Oh, what
6
did I
foot
say?
2.
You said 298 or something.
You said like 240 or something like that.
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
Someone listening knows
But
that
he
we're both
was
wrong about that.
188.
He's a little closer.
Correct.
I'm killing it today, baby. I'm a trivia master.
All
George
right.
Washington walks up to the bridge.
I'm so sick of you guys. I had enough of your shit.
I
We
cannot
are
tell a
gonna
lie.
fucking fight right here. Look down here.
Oh my God.
Little
George
Georgie
Washington in your building.
Yeah.
You had to walk up all
Oh my God.
I can't climb up these
250
fucking
floors.
steps.
Oh my God. All right.
This podcast, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
God, I wish people make
I'm
it to
gonna
the
keep- I'm gonna keep
trivia
it now.
portion
Yeah.
of this spot. All right, the next, even though Rick won, this last one I like. There have been only 4 players with the last name Washington that have played for the Bills. Which is I thought for sure that would be like a Smith. I thought there'd be 20 Washingtons. There's only been 4. How many of them are still alive?
I thought you were gonna have us like name them back and forth until we
No,
couldn't.
you would only be able to get 1, maybe
Don't help.
2.
Don't help. Don't
But
help.
I'll tell you the names after, but it would be useless. You got the first guy would get Ted, and then that's it. But how many of the 4 Washingtons are still alive?
1.
I'll say 2 because my guess would have been 1 too, but
All right. Well, Greg, you win that. It is 2. Ted,
that was like the
Washington.
Redskins field goal at the end of the game. I got my ass kicked, but I got on the board.
Yeah.
Got on the board.
Yes.
Go ahead, name them. I know
Ted,
Ted.
Washington, still alive, and a guy named Mickey, who
Mhm.
played in like I think they said 93 to 94. So you may have gotten him, but probably not. And then some guy named Dave and some guy named Vic, both dead.
Huh.
Vic Washington.
But
Oddly enough, he was 98 centimeters tall. He's a scat back. He used to catch the ball like this and run for touchdown.
He was as tall as Shawd Williams. So
Yeah.
all right. So now we got next week the biggest 1:00 game
Ever
in the NFL.
history.
Miami Dolphins, the legit Miami Dolphins, hanging up 50 plus. Tyreek Hill, and today they did this without Jalen Waddle. Not that I think Denver's good. Let me put that out there. I don't think they beat like a great Denver team, but they put up 50 plus points without Jalen Waddle, assuming he comes back next week. Tyreek Hill looks like he sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, they got a Madden card for him or something because it's
it's illegal. At some point, it's illegal to have him on a team. You know, he's these last 2 years, honestly, maybe his whole career. He's got to be up there with one of the most unstoppable players I've ever seen, like Tom Brady level unstoppable, where you're just like, oh, this guy will 100% produce every single time.
You have to beat him in every other way. You have to beat the Dolphins in every other way. We have to stop their run. We have to stop every other receiver. We have to be willing. We have to be far enough ahead with our offense to be willing to give up a couple of huge plays to Hill, because that's just all we got to do.
We can't stall. Like, they can't have field goals next week, I don't think. Although I will say this, the Bills defense is better. Denver's fucking blows, but they put up 700 yards on them. They're good. Yeah. We can't fuck it up. Like, we can't stall.
No, this game might go into the hundreds of points. It could go into the hundreds of points.
Yeah. Weather shouldn't be an issue.
I forgot.
Pretty calm.
I did have a key to the game, and this one is doable. This is for all the fans out there. We all get foam hands of Tua's twisted fingers and bring him to the game.
Oh, the concussion fingers.
And cheer with him. Someone's going to listen to that and completely damn me to hell and wish all of my family dies of cancer. But it's a key to the game. That's what you got to do to win. So if we all can get our foam hands made, like the foam fingers, like the number 1. But if we could get that of Tua's hands, I think we win.
The concussion
just re-pitch the exact same idea with 3 different words in it.
Well, at first, I wasn't thinking about the foam hand. I was thinking of like actual hands.
That's all I pictured was the foam hands.
Okay, so now we're all on the same page. Big foam hands.
Can we make them big green Hulk hands, but with the twisted fingers?
Absolutely. Now we're thinking. Hands. And then we could box with them after the game.
We're workshopping this.
So what do you think, Greg? You think they got a chance against this Miami offense?
I don't you can't win all of your games in 1 week. Miami fucking killed Denver. They're not going to be playing Denver next week. They're going to be playing us. We killed Washington. I would probably think that Washington's a better team than Denver. And they won by 50 points. We won by 30 something points with a garbage, field goal at the end of it. So I think they're both good. I think our defense is really fucking good. It'll be the best defense they play. And I don't think our offense has gone on all cylinders in a game yet. So that includes the Raiders game, in which they look really good. I mean, Miami is the best team right now. And until we beat them, but home field advantage is going to help. Tua's got to face that fucking crowd. He's got to face that defensive line. It's going to be absolutely fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I don't think I could take going. That's going to be tense.
It's going to be tough on us for sure.
Yeah, you both are going, I believe, right?
Yeah. I'm not the guest next week, though, I don't think, because I'm not going to be able to.
I don't know where the fuck Sean is. I don't even know. Maybe he'll be back.
Don't worry about where Sean is. Don't ask questions.
Wow.
I got rid of him. I want in.
Why do you tell you can take my spot? We don't even have to hurt Sean. You can fucking have it.
Well, you should have told me that yesterday.
Because Sean's dead.
What do you think the score is, Rick? Who's winning? Who's losing? And who's going home? Sad.
It's gonna be 24-17 Buffalo is what it's gonna be.
You're predicting a very low scoring game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
I think, man, usually I say the Bills lose 50-10 every week, no matter who they're facing. And I half believe that. Set myself up. But this week, I do believe the Bills lose 50 to like 40.
Oh, you're giving
I
them
think
40
it'll be a
points. That's
fun
nice of
game.
you.
I think it's gonna hurt so bad. Miami Dolphins fans, I didn't realize how unpleasant they were.
They're fucking assholes.
I mean, mostly on Twitter. I don't know many in real life, but like,
I do. They're
boy,
all assholes.
did I not realize like they went straight to shit talking. The minute they show any type of life, this was a couple years ago that they were like straight to shit talking. And maybe I would too. I mean, the Bills fans were pretty insufferable when Josh Allen turned out to be great.
The Bills fans are pretty. The Bills fans talk shit when we were terrible.
That is
in the
true.
middle of the drought, we would call everyone else the biggest pieces of shit in the league. Like we would.
Yeah, the Bills would be like 3-9 going into week 15, and we'd be like,
Tom
"Fuck
Brady
your
sucks,
team." Everyone's a system quarterback.
Look at this dildo.
All right, well, that's it. That's the whole pod. I have no idea how much time we did. I think about 40 minutes, 45.
41
right?
minutes and 38 seconds.
Look at that.
Including what we're doing now is going to add to that.
Yeah, I still don't know
this is
why.
even more here.
Yeah. Do you know why Sean's not here? I honest to God have no idea why. I thought we were talking about this before the pod started. Sean, this goes out to you. I had no idea you weren't going to be here till you told me to text Rick. I don't know why you're not here. I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're doing.
We'll find you.
He has a show.
There's a show.
That doesn't make any sense because he could have did the show. Yeah.
It's on a barge.
He's on a barge with the NBA champ, Novak Djokovic.
All right. Well,
I think as a tennis player. Why can't I think of that fucking NBA player?
Vlade Divac?
No, didn't Vlade die? No, that was Drazen Petrovic.
Yeah, he fell off a barge.
He did. That's why you don't play basketball on a barge.
He wandered into the water because he heard a siren singing.
He's like, oh, I think I smell bologna and cheese stick. Wow, we just brought it all circle. Callback
Frozen.
Yeah, it was Frozen. It was.
All right. Well, that's it. Sweeto, everybody. Thanks for listening to this pod. The game was fun, and next week, if we lose, it'll be
no pod. Sorry.
Can I promote? Am I allowed to promote?
Oh yeah. What are you doing, Rick?
Yeah.
My podcast is back, so I need to talk about that.
Nobody
started
watches
this week. Yeah, nobody watches everything. We just put out our first episode in like 6 months, and we're back, baby. So with my buddy Clayton Williams, all our buddies Clayton Williams, really.
Yeah,
and
Clayton's been on the pod.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Rocky franchise, but this is the episode like introducing that. We're going into a new having a new season, so check it out. Nobody watches everything on all platforms.
There you go.
And
so now you're starting with 1 and going all the way through Creeds.
All the way through Creed 3. Yep.
Man,
I can't wait till you get to 5. I want to hear that one. That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a lot. We have more fun talking about the ones we hate for sure.
Yeah. I have a show. I never get to plug shows because I don't do them. Next Saturday I have a show. It's on Elmwood. It's the Bubble Box comedy special.
That's a good show.
Tickets. Yes, it is.
Go see Greg at Bubble Box. It's a good show. They got.
I'm on with Rick's podcast co-host Clayton Williams is on the show.
Awesome.
So it's
great show.
You know it's gonna be good.
Oh,
So if you're sitting at home and you heard I was doing a show and you said that's a no for me, dog, you should know that Clayton Williams is on it. So
it's a yes from him, dog.
Yeah, it's a yes for me, dog.
I will promote that next weekend I am at Helium Comedy Club featuring for Phil Hanley.
All right.
So if you decided that Greg was not on his A game this pod, forego his show and come to one of the shows at Helium. 1 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. It'll be fun. Come hang out.
Can I promote one more thing? I'm sorry.
Promote as much as you want.
No one's listening. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No one
Perfect.
listens
October
this far.
13th, I'm headlining the Rickles Room at the Carlson in
Jesus.
Rochester. So
I'll be there.
Kyle's on that show too.
So yeah, if you're a Rochester listener, come
you're a
hang
Rochester,
out. You
come
can
out.
see me, Rick. Clayton will be on that show too, as we've
What
discussed
the
before.
Fuck. Clayton's a little whore. He'll do anything.
He will do anything.
He'll do
Yeah, do
podcasts.
anything.
He'll do shows.
All of it. He'll do the whole. He'll do ask the mouth if you ask him nice.
You don't even got to be nice about it.
No.
Come see that at the Elmwood Revolver Records location.
He'll force the issue. He won't wait for you to ask.
All right,
Ask for
Greg,
the
say
7-inch
goodbye.
special.
Oh, sweeto. Bye.
The Bills won.